What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to part 2 of our 4 for 4 series. New series that I introduced segment into this channel. So let's get right into it. Part 2 is going to be on fasting. For me, fasting has been a very informative process and enlightening process for me to implement into my lifestyle, because it was something that was so foreign to me previously. So, trying it out has really been, I feel reflective. And before I get into my experience with fasting, again, disclaimer, before you implement anything that is said in this video into your day-to-day lifestyle, make sure you seek out professional help, talk to a doctor, a nutritionist, and somebody who's certified or credentialed to, give you direction on what you should do when it comes to fasting and your overall, health choices. So I just wanted to let that be known. This is really just an experience of me sharing, what it is fasting has done for me in my lifestyle. So with fasting, it's really helped my overall mental clarity, focusing on my purpose in life and focusing on, goals and achievements that I like to set out and attain myself, or with the collective, and, really just helped me hone in on, ideals that I have in my head that I would like to just bring into the physical, or, really allow myself to just be quiet and hear, the presence of God, and really allow myself to not be so caught up in my desires and my urges, and to really, again, separate myself from my urges and my cravings, and to kind of have that self-control and self-discipline over myself, to really align my actions and my thoughts with what it is I'm trying to, create, or, just, receive, if it's just a thought process, or, just a peaceful mindset, or, just a new approach to something that I'm doing, or, something I'm trying to break away, like a bad habit or negative cycle or negative, thinking process. Fasting has been really, informative and intentional for me, like I said in my previous video, because it's been, something that I've been able to, feel and enjoy, for me, the benefits of it, in terms of just the detox in the body, flushing out, things that, might not be beneficial for the body. Or if you're, you had, like, again, if you had something that, if you had a meal that upset your stomach, I feel, allowing that to flush out of your system will ultimately, I feel, lead you to a positive stomach feeling, So I'm not saying fasting in that sense is the answer, but again, I'm just saying in terms of releasing that waste out of your system to allow yourself to feel, a little more lighter, or, just, comfortable, in terms of just your overall well-being. So like I said, fasting for me has been a lot more, of a discipline practice for me, in terms of controlling urges and desires, and, not leaning with, the first thing that might come to my mind. If it's just like, oh, I'm hungry, or if I'm, I want this or I want that. It's really taught me that delayed gratification, and, to not allow yourself to always lead with the first thing that comes to mind, to really sit still with thoughts and things that come up in the body, to be present with them, to feel them, to embrace them, and to not allow them to lead you in certain directions just based off the urge that you might feel, or the temptation that you might feel in that moment. Fasting has really helped me, like, again, separate the two in terms of the, the intentions and the, the temptation, to really, again, be present and to be intentional with the choices that I make, when it comes to, like, in this sense, foods, or, drinks, or, things that I've tried to just, again, be intentional with what I consume. So, and it's not to say there's a certain type of diet to follow, or there's a best diet that's out there. Just for me, sharing my experience, fasting has been, a involved, practice. It's not something that, I feel it's just like, oh, you can kind of be half in, half out. I feel like you really have to commit to it, because there are going to be new experiences and new feelings within yourself that you're going to, come across that might be foreign to you. And it's like, it's going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to be, you might even be doubtful. But through fasting, I've really been able to, again, just have that delayed gratification, and have that, that deeper connection with, the Most High, and allow yourself to get quiet in the mind, and to, really get centered back with yourself, you know, to really, again, just be present, to be more mindful, to be more intentional with certain things that you might do in the day-to-day day-to-day life, I'm sorry, because they say how you do one thing is how you do everything. So again, like practicing fasting for me is really affected and helped me in a lot of different areas of my life, because it's really, you know, just like I said, it comes down to that discipline and that consistency and that self-accountability. So that's, again, what fasting has really done for me, more so than I'd say, you know, I guess the body. Like for me, I approached it more from a disciplinary and, you know, accountable, you know, mindset and perspective, to really, again, you know, just, you know, hold myself to that standard that I try to tell myself and align my actions with. So yeah, and along with the, like I said, the body detox and flushing, you know, just, you know, toxic things out of your body, or things that might be, you know, affecting your health, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But again, like I said, you know, make sure you seek out a health professional or a doctor to give you more advice and confirmation on what it is you should do when it comes to fasting. This video was just about sharing my experience, I'm sorry, with fasting and how it's applied to my life. And let me know in the comments below if you'd like to know more about fasting and my process. I can make a, you know, a longer video in depth about that. So you guys definitely let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for tuning in. And out.